The Pittsburgh Steelers, a franchise synonymous with championships, hard-nosed defense, and, well, bullying. Some of the best players in their storied history are on the defensive side of the ball, namely their linebackers and edge players. Names like Levon Kirkland, Jack Ham, James Harrison, the late, great Kevin Green, and yes, Joey Porter. Porter and the Bengals go way back. And truthfully, 55 has lived in the heads of Bengals and their fans rent-free for over 2 decades. Porter joined the Steelers in the third round of the 1999 NFL Draft out of Colorado State. And for 8 years, he terrorized the league to the tune of 468 tackles, 60 sacks, 10 interceptions, 17 forced fumbles, and 75 tackles for loss while donning the black and yellow. And a good chunk of that aforementioned production came at the expense of the Bengals. Whether it was doling out punishment to Akili Smith, Scott Mitchell, John Kitna, who took the majority of Porter's big plays against Cincinnati, and even Carson Palmer, Porter was omnipresent in the Cincinnati-Pittsburgh rivalry. Speaking of Palmer, Porter's stance as a major Bengals villain reached a whole new level during and after the 2005 wild card debacle. After Palmer took a gruesome hit that tore multiple ligaments in that game, Porter and the Steelers took the opportunity to rub salt in the wound with quotes during the game.
I'm tired of whooping y'all ass. Y'all make me tired.
And after. During a clip in the NFL Network's Top 10 Rivalries special, Porter took the time to say this about the injury and the end result. Quote, coaches were pointing the finger at Chemo, saying he did it on purpose. You know, I was just about to have a little sympathy for you, but if you're going to take it there, I don't care if he's hurt or not. So, and let's go. And of course, who else can forget the Steelers' post-game celebration, continuing the jabs at the Bengals.
Class.
And if that wasn't enough, Porter decided to go after a particular Bengal he went up against head-to-head on the field, but this time it was off of it. According to both Levi Jones's account of events and on-site footage, Porter and an entourage jumped Jones in Las Vegas while the former Bengals tackle was by himself in the early part of 2007. Porter was fined for the incident, but not suspended. After he left the Steelers to play for Miami and Arizona, Porter never faced the Bengals again as a player, in what's an ironic twist of fate. Notice how I emphasized player. Porter joined the Pittsburgh coaching staff in 2014, ultimately pitting him against the Bengals in the wild card round back at Paul Brown Stadium once again a year later. This one was ugly because of the weather, but also because of the questionable antics of both players and coaches from each sideline. After what seemed like a game-sealing interception from Vontaze Burfict, a Jeremy Hill fumble completely turned the game on its head. A few plays later, Burfict and Adam Jones combined on a rough hit to Antonio Brown, leading to a penalty and prompting more on-field chaos. And who was right in the middle of it as a coach this time? Joey freaking Porter. Now, over 7 years later, Porter is back in Pittsburgh with sights to take it to the Bengals once again. But this time, it's his son, Joey Porter Jr., with the Steelers as they load up their secondary to battle with the immensely talented Bengals offense. Porter Jr. was taken at the top of the second round in the 2023 draft. And you can see here, he made plays even against players like new Bengals wide receiver Charlie Jones. Will Joey Porter continue his terrorizing of the Bengals, this time in a generational sense? Regardless, he goes down as one of the Bengals' biggest bad guys in their franchise's history.